Hello? Is the mic working? I'll get started pretty soon. Signing Blacksmith and working on the Questchain, right? Of course, it's for the demo, like so. All right, let's go. Is the mic working? Looks like it does for me, but I'm not really sure. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna start working. Alright, let's see here. Some basic behaviors. Oh. I'm looking for the animations. Oh, right, now I remember. I'm gonna check the idle ones. Yeah, that's the one with the hammer. Oh, right. So we could create a animation montage out of this one. So I just want him to do a few things when you get closer to the blacksmith. All right. So what's gonna happen is that you Get close to him around here. He waves at you once he's done waving, I guess. Yeah, that's probably better. So I want the sequence and just add it to this one instead. The IL01 sequence like that. Puts down the hammer, waits for you, you get closer, picks it up again, and then starts talking to you. You can see how it turned out now. Alright.
Come on in. We've got some great items on sale.
And then we can talk to him. If we leave, we should also play. Yeah, but it doesn't play the animation yet. On the end overlap, if the player is the actor that stopped overlapping, we'll fire once the voice line, and then we don't have a talking animation. Then that's probably why. Then let's see, should we have this one? It's a bit dramatic. Oh yeah, so he's gonna play greeting as well. You overlap with that one. So let's use this one as the leaving, and then we use the other one for the greeting. And then we're gonna have to probably add some blend times just to make it look a little bit better.
What do you need?
Yeah, definitely a longer blend in there, I think. So let's see the talk animation. Maybe let's try 4. And then just for the heck with the idle montage, increase it ever so slightly, 0.35, and then have another go. So now essentially we're blending the time, like the animations from more, like a longer time, to make it not so choppy when it switches if you're fast enough. You see, you put down the hammer and you go down, it picks it up. So you could see the hammer move now in a very weird way,
Thank you.
because he immediately went into the other one, to the next animation.
Hello. Are you looking for...
Yeah, that's not good enough. So let's see how we're supposed to curve this. We want it to be fast in the beginning. It should be, no, it should be this one. Wavy wave, push.
Yes.
Can you prevent? Oh wait, we could probably like that maybe? Let's see if this works. Wait, he's still... Yeah, this is not gonna work, damn it. But I have an idea. Since we're gonna interact at the next stage, we're gonna interact with him.
What do you
So, alright, that actually looks kind of good. So, this is where we're gonna like press E and start talking to him. And this is the next, part of the whole quest chain. Oh shoot! I need to charge my headset. 1 second. Alright, so let's try it just one more time, because I thought it actually looked kind of okay the last time. And if we remove the talking animation, it's gonna work anyway, because it's just gonna pick the hammer back up again. Catches your attention.
Welcome. What can I get for you?
That looks alright, but let's try it without. Let's do... just to make sure.
Come on in. We've got some great items on sale.
Yeah, I could probably just add a like a head layer to the animation. New slot. So add this to the... Oh yeah, alright. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go back to do this later, I guess. But for now, we can just use the new montage I created and add it to the new dialogue data table that I'm gonna create. So let's see, Questchain, go on Questchain, let's check here. So these are all the current dialogue things. That's it says copy one, DT underscore Blacksmith Northshire. We're going to have a bunch of blacksmiths, so I'm just gonna name it with the current one. So for this, I'm going to have to add a new dialogue tree to the NPC here and name him Blacksmith. This allows us to add something here, like you finally did it. You found me. Then just check if it moves over to the next part. So this is the part where we would like to add the animations as well. This one, the talking animation. So let's see, we don't need the crafting ingredients. We need this one. Alright, so let's just fix these guys up. Then we can add a bunch of sound cues and stuff later. But for now, we just want to make sure we actually place the animations correctly. Wizard is never late. So this shouldn't trigger. It tried to trigger an event here from the from the vendor that I copied the data table from. So I'm just removing the event. I'm gonna make sure the changes to the data table is fine to start working with, so we have a proper proper template for the blacksmith. We don't want to trigger this event either. You finally found me, like so. And then on the last dialogue line, we're going to also end the dialogue after. So let's try this, and at the end we can play a sound just to make sure it works properly. Something like yeah, that's perfect. So let's have a look. So what they should do now is one he's going to wave at us when we get closer. 2, he's going to put down the hammer on the floor while we run toward him. 3, he should pick it back up, and then when we start talking to him, he should use the new dialogue options. And then on the second one, he should play the abstract pop sound. So he waves, put down the hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, and he talked. He press E, you finally found me. And the sound, a wizard is never late. Alright, cool.
I hope it's useful.
I didn't like that animation montage at the end, so I'm going to replace it with a more normal one. It was a bit dramatic, so I'm just gonna change the goodbye one here, like so. Cool. So I think we are getting kind of ready to start making him into a quest target as well. But I noticed one thing that was annoying. If you see the camera in the bottom right corner, the camera is kind of in the way, like maybe it's something like this. I think this might be good actually. So I'm just gonna play really close to him here and make sure the camera looks alright when we start the dialogue with him.
Hello.
Hello.
Something specific?
Yeah, this looks way better. So one thing I just noticed was that I would like something to sort of frame this part. We need some decorations or something just to break up the very straight line going here, because it looks kind of boring. So I'm going to just make a quick note where I will add maybe some barrels or something behind here to make the scene look a little bit more interesting when you enter the dialogue.
It's a deal.
Yeah, it's a deal. Just checking again, is there... I haven't actually had any confirmation that the voice is getting through. I think it is, but if anyone hears me, just let me know, please. was quite a while since I streamed last time, so I'm not sure if everything is set up correctly. Making a note: blacksmith's house in need of props on backside to cover to give a nice scene on dialogue entry, like so. All right, thanks, DJ. For sure. Maybe like that. Ah, well, I guess I'll just continue to tweak it over time, but maybe this is a little bit louder. And what we're gonna do now is, okay, thanks. I really appreciate that. So essentially, the way I'm making requests in Lorne is that you have a running data table with that just continue. It keeps pushing you forward in a Halo-like manner. So you get like rolling missions that just keeps pushing you forward, and it updates on the move. So it's not like the closest comparison I could make to what it's not like is the World of Warcraft style of questing, where you grab 15 quests, you go out and do them, and then return them to the quest givers. So you just have like a clear mission to complete, and then you can usually do it in several different ways. So each quest has a bunch of sequences that you have, like a bunch of objectives to that you have to complete in order to progress further. So the first quest consists of all the tutorial stuff, which is basically just talking to the different NPCs that teaches you a bunch of stuff. The second one is called a helping hand, which is when you meet Farmer Joe up here. He will ask you to help him out at the farm, kill a few plantlings, and then he will give you some some materials because you have to craft your weapon again. And then you get to go out and kill a single boar to get a piece of hide, and then you return to him, and you get to sort of roam freely for a little bit in Northshire to find a bunch of iron and wood. Once you have those, you already have the sort of underlying objective to go to the blacksmith. So that is as soon as you get the gathering materials you need to craft the ranger sword, it will automatically send you to the Lorne Questchain number 3, which is the one I'm starting now. So it's going to be added to the quest log as soon as you get the proper materials, so you have enough to craft. And then at this point, I'm going to have to create a bunch of new sequences here. So first of all, it's an interaction objective tag, so I'm going to have to go back to the blacksmith and add the proper names and stuff to him. So let's call the target name Northshire Blacksmith. And then meet up, we could probably write find the blacksmith direction. All right, so that should be enough for the first part here. So the objective tag indicates what kind of objective it is. You can have like a kill quest, a reach quest, a talk quest, an interaction quest, or a gather collect quest. So now I'm going to have to add this target name to the blacksmith in the component, like the manager quest component here. and it's called Northshire Blacksmith. So just to make sure this works, I'm going to add the indicator. So one thing I'm doing right now, rather than giving you exact, like super specific positions to progress requests, I give you like the general area to things, because I don't want to handhold the player all the way to like the 1 or 2 steps away from the objective. So I'm just gonna grab the location of this anvil, because it's nice and centered, and I'm going to go to the marker info, and I'm gonna clean the nearest location up and paste the new values. And I'm also going to make sure it is displayed between a reasonable distance. So let's say between 10 and 0. It's that like this is the y value, is the distance where it between y and 10 is the sort of where it stops showing. So at this point, I'm gonna test it now. So I need to first of all use my little widget thingy here to clean any saves, and I'm going to need to open the mission component maybe, and change. Sorry, it's the manager mission. And just change so we start on the Questchain number 3. And this is a big part in the way I'm making the Questchain, is to separate it into different data table entries, so it's easy to troubleshoot if there's any problem. I can easily jump in on pretty much anywhere in the game and just play it from there. So let's see if the marker is working. Let's see if I can actually interact with him. All right, so the marker is clearly working. So at this point, as a design decision, I could make it so that if I want the player to look for something a little bit more, I can increase the distance before this thing disappears, for example. But it's gonna start fading out soon. So this is the part where it fades out. That was pretty smooth. But I notice it's a little bit high. Maybe it should be a bit lower. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Welcome.
And at this point, I want to progress in the dialogue. I want to progress you further into the sequence. So I'm just gonna reduce the offset ever so slightly, and then I'm going to make it disappear a little bit further away. Maybe 20 is fine, like so. And that's the sequence 0 of the interaction here with find the blacksmith. So it's gonna, as soon as I talk to him, we're going to get if everything works now, we're going to get another mission to kill a bunch of plantlings, and it's gonna tell us to kill 5 plantlings. So yeah, and the way I'm triggering this is by running a thing here. So I made inside every quest and vendor NPC, there's an event called get quest event, which basically checks if you have a quest that is relevant for the name, like the target name I applied. So it should work if I just write get quest event and then trigger event. And then we can make it so that it immediately triggers or it triggers after the dialogue. So the first line, you finally found me, followed by it is time to craft your ranger sword, like so. and then we should get the quest event after the dialogue ends, and then we are going to be told to kill a bunch of plantlings again. That's the idea anyway.
What do you need?
Finally found me. Sound, it's time to craft your ranger sword, and the quest doesn't update right now, which is intentional. And then as soon as I press, yeah, alright, and then we're told to kill a bunch of plantlings. So now we need to figure out how do we trigger, because all these things so far is things I've already added, like to check for the quest progression. Now I need to figure out how do we trigger the quest progression for a craft, essentially. And I've got no idea how to do that right now. I think the first thing we want to do is probably figure out how to where the whole thing is sort of transferred. So we can open the crafting widget on interaction. So nothing interesting is going on here. So this is not where we want to be. Let's see what happens if we open the crafting widget. Yeah, this looks more relevant to us. So right now I'm just trying to figure out where is the part where the crafting is actually happening. Try to craft item. So call on craft item. Complete play crafting animation, add crafting item to it. Alright, so this is probably it then. Add item to inventory array. So this is a good place, I think. But I think that right. So essentially, we might want to make some sort of call here that informs a item that it's been crafted. So it runs the local node because I'm going to add a component. Oh wait, I could probably wait. Let's see here. Sword 01. Wait, sword 01. So this is how it is, main item. All right. So I need to figure out a way that I could easily just add the node that runs the objective tag here. That is collect, I guess. But if I want to make this a scalable thing, I need to figure out how to sort of attach the tag so it should care about what kind of thing you are crafting, and not just tell the system that you did craft something, so you can progress through this the current quest. So we need to be able to specify the exact item. I'm currently experiencing a UI error, so I need to just restart the engine real quick. 1 second. All right, let's see. Sorry about that. I get like a bug occasionally that sort of makes all the UI bubbles. Like if I right click like this, the entire thing here is black for me, but everyone else can see what's going on if I stream or take screenshots and stuff. It's super weird. So the quest is working just fine. I'm just gonna move the blacksmith over to the starting zone, and all of these cliffs I'm gonna move into the starting zone as well, just to clean up the place a little bit. Because everything that's visible right now should be non-tick stuff, and it should also be as little as possible because everything here is in the persistent layer, which means it's gonna always be in place, which is not a good thing if you have a very big world. So I'm just gonna enter this starting zone. I'm gonna start grabbing a bunch of these meshes, not that one. Then like so. And we can save both levels, just see if we missed some. One or two maybe. And then we can get right back to the fixing of the quest stuff. So all these, we got two more. It's 1, 2, perfect. Let's move those to starting zone. This is what I get for doing things fast. Keep forgetting. Not sure how much this add actually. Maybe a little bit. Could straight ones. That looks a bit too inviting to sort of break the. Oh well. Let's see. You're going into the main layer, buddy. All right. We're all here. We're friends. We're in the right layer. Let's go. So yeah, all right. This was the whole crafting thingy. So we have a currently selected item. Yet. Let's see if we can see where this is being set. References. That currently select sign crafting table. This is the ID. So if we craft something, hold on here, row and name. All right, so here we have something. So we could probably grab this name and then run, like we could make something like a variable like this and call it crafted item name, something like that. So whenever we choose something here and we try to craft it, we set this and then we can get it by plugging this into the mission component, which we can't add here. Right, I forgot that. Oh, this might be in need of some thinking. Hmm. Yeah, because we can't do this in a... Oh, I guess we could. Oh, maybe we could do that. So here we have an actor. These are not it. That's strange. Okay, here are the equipable ones. Right, I forgot. Alright. Let's see, do we have a sword? This, the O1 sword? There it is. Like the base sword. This should probably be the first one we make. Yep, that's the one. So, adding... But this is the equipable one, so this one is only... So I think that what's gonna happen is that when we craft this, we only get the inventory version of it, and it doesn't care at all about this one. This could maybe make a test. I'm thinking that we could from the inventory version of the sword, which is the transferred one, we could probably call the equivalent by calling the BP base equipable. And it just runs once and you get the progression for the quest. But I'm not sure we have to do it here then. We just need to check for the name tag of the quest progression. Let's try that. No, that's not one. Match a quest target. This is a quest target, so let's make it so. We need to create a like so. This should allow us to target. All right, it's a component. We don't even have to do that. Sorry. So now we can call this what it's called in game, like Ranger Ward. And what we want to do now is that when we craft, we want to check the base equipable. Oh, but this was the problem. Word reference, that's fine. It's gonna see if this word reference is being looked at by the inventory version of it. It is definitely gonna be requiring a little bit more thought, I think. This is gonna work for now quite easily, but not for equipable class. Then we get into the, could we break this one? Item equipable class, could we break it out maybe? And get the BP base equipable sword. this, that, and then the parent of this one, which this is essentially where this is what we would like to call, just to add it to all the weapons at the same time, and then check the target, quest target name. But I wonder if we can use the crafted items equipable class to sort of look at the crafted thing. Get item arrow class. This isn't at all what I wanted to. Let's see, do we have equipable somewhere in this? Nope. Item. Column craft item. So where is this being referenced? Let's see. Alright, so this is it. We have the one here and the one here. Crafting potions. Oh, right, and this is the alchemy table or something. Oh yeah. That's being worked on. Column refresh. Try to add partial stack. If not, add item to inventory array, and we get the empty inventory slot. Then we add weight to the inventory calculus. Let's just. Alright, need to do it like this. Print string. We might be able to fix it just by renaming the rows of the crafting table, potentially. And I need something to craft with. Treasure chest. Duplicate. Snap object to view. And then see here. Put it here. Inventory. And let's add some iron ore. 6 of them. Duplicate. Duplicate. And then we wood. And then we add some hide, and that should be enough for us to craft a sword. And just to see what it prints out, if the row name is already correct or not. Because then we could add that, like feed it into the component tag somehow.
Look, a treasure chest.
Hello. Are you looking for something specific? Have a good day.
Wait. Let's print the crafting. Oh, whoops. Alright, so it correctly printed out everything it was supposed to print out. It was just that I added it to the required crafting items. Wow. Alright. Let's see here. Get the table break. That's awkward. Table. think it should be the ID, but just to be sure, let's let's make sure that it's the ID one, I think. Yeah. Weapon. No, it's called crafting list or something. Crafting list weapons. Then we have the. Oh, alright, so it's gonna print out the ID, which I think is the row name. Let's try it. A second, let's see here the item. Hmm. Whoops.
It must be my lucky day. That's a treasure chest.
Welcome. What can I get for you?
And it's Prince Ranger Sword.
Safe journey.
That is terrific. This way we actually have a name for it. But I wonder where gets the name from. Oh wait, does it get it from the weapon data table? Oh yeah, alright. That's perfect because it's named exactly right. Hey, that's good. So yeah, that's one. Ranger Sword, Steel Sword. So all I need to do now is just open up all of these weapons and then name them what they are called, and it's gonna work just fine. But I'm doing that later. Let's get this working first. So that's the first thing. Now we need to figure out when we actually craft. Yeah, because this one didn't do anything at all, yeah. Right. Doesn't actually care if we did craft or not. But we could probably do we have an interface or something? So we get component by class by craft item. Right. So we have one of these. I guess we could probably do that. Because we have this one. Try craft call. Like so. This I'm currently in the Forge blueprint. And I figure I'm gonna test to call this event when a crafting is happening. So yeah, there's two ways I could do this. I could create a, when you first interact here, I could bind the event. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do that. So look at this. I'm making an event dispatcher, new event dispatcher. Um, uh, check quest progression or something. We bind this when you open the forge. We're going to bind it to the custom event. Try check quest progression event. Like so. It's a stupid name, I'm sorry. And then here we can run the, we drag out the manager component connected to the forge. And then finish, try finish objective. That's what it's called. Like so. And then we just need to get the objective tag, which is this to tidy it up a little bit. We're going to set the variable. Let's see here, we want to get a variable that isn't created yet, which is the this one. Set objective tag name, like that. We run it before here. We can just do that. And we want to, now we want to call the name it. All right. So we need to get the component, I guess. Oh wait, it's right. This is a really slow thing, and you shouldn't do it. But I think it might be fine. I'm having the UI bug again, so now I actually can't see the whole window here. I'm just gonna restart the thing real quick. But I think we're pretty close to solving it now, so just give me a second. Hello. Hmm. see here, do we have to use this guy right now? No, we don't. This one we might need pretty soon, but not currently. This one definitely not right now. Not anymore. Not anymore. Maybe? Ah, get actor by nice. So how do I do this? Could do it the other way around, I guess. That's probably how I have to do it. Unless I'm missing something, which I probably do. Um, let's see. Craft item. Let's create a new one. Call this one here. Like that. No errors. So it's gonna call this event dispatcher when we craft something. And at that point we set the objective tag name, which is the weapon. And then we want to make this the other way around. So when we start the interaction, we want to also get the quest bind event to quest check progression. So when we open the forge, we already get the component by class. We don't have to get it twice. And then we just take this one and we bind it to the event here. And then we need to also get the Alright, so at this point we also need to get the tag name. So we want to get the value of this and we plug it in there. And maybe let's do a print with the objective tag name, which should be at this point, since this event isn't called until it happens here in the component. It should already be set right before that. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues. I hope we're not gonna have any issues, I guess. It's the proper way to say it. Good luck to me. Alright,
The treasure chest.
wavy. Some items.
What do you need?
Open, craft, ranger sword. Alright, and I don't think we have the print anymore here. So it's printed from here, which is good news. So at this point, we have the objective tag already running. Wait, hold on. Isn't the objective tag the... Oh no. But I think this will actually be kind of easy to fix though. If it is try finish objective. I'm just gonna look how I did it in some different places, because that might actually be the kill, reach, collect thing. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so I remember correctly now. So you see here the objective tag. So what I want to do here is actually I want to feed. I want to change the current target name, but I already have that value here. So this is actually quest target name, like that. Let's update that, compile over here, and we're not gonna add that one there. This is gonna be a collect objective tag, and then rather we're going to get the player character first and plug it in there. So we have that fixed, and now since we're not using this, we can restructure this a bit, like so. And then we want to, yeah, what do we want? We want to grab the quest target, target name, set target name. So we are going to, right before we try to finish the objective, need to change quest target name to quest target name, the target name to quest target name, like that. We do that on craft every time. And then I'm going to make a, or do we have a begin play? Begin overlap. So if we have a valid interaction, maybe here would be a good place to add it. Let's just save the original name of the set target name at the component and make it just a local variable thingy, so we can save whatever it was called before, and then we reset it right after we progressed. Is there any problems that could arise if you do that? Yes, there is. What if? No, actually no. So I was thinking if you open the window and you start crafting, and then you don't close it after crafting. But I think that we still save the variable just once, and it was before we did anything. Then we change it to this, and then we will change it to the next thing we craft, and then next, and the next. So I think we're good actually. I'm gonna pop it in here. That's not at all what I was gonna do. I wanna get the name, get the target name, and then we're going to make a like this. Then plug it in here, and then name it original target name. Like that, and then we can just get this one here, and then make a copy over here, like that. And we already know this one is printed correctly, so let's remove this and instead print the value of the getter of the original target name, just to make sure it's working right. This is kind of a mess, but I'm gonna have to return to this and just clean it up a bit later. For now, it doesn't matter at all. Like so. So I'm thinking too. This might actually be done. So let's just, yeah, we need to add this as a quest. So we set it as the Ranger Sword because, so if we set it as the ID already and the name is already correct, it's probably gonna work without having to even go into every single item because it's gonna set it for us when we craft. So I'm just going to make a collect craft your sword, all caps, Ranger Sword, craft time, objectives. Then we're going to have to call it collect, and then Ranger Sword. And how many do we need? I mean, we could make 2. Why not? Ranger Sword. So now it's going to ask us to make 2, but we can only make 1. But we can still see if we progress or not. Farmer's Menace. We can. Sorry, that's a little bit of Swedish slipping through. Help wanted. So we push this up to the top. And this should allow us to immediately go into the craft a Ranger Sword. And let's see if it works.
It must be my lucky day. That's a treasure chest.
Oh wait, I had to delete, save everything, and then play again. Craft 2 Ranger Swords. Okay, so let Joe know that yeah, that doesn't matter.
Look, a treasure chest.
Hello. Are you looking for something specific?
And now we got none as response because it printed after we reset it, but we got the Ranger Sword. Awesome. So I guess the crafting is working now, eh? So try finish objective. Oh right, so we didn't have. I see what happened. So we actually, like, if let's say I might want to add reach the forge or interact with the forge. I'm actually going to add that as an objective. At that point, I'm going to add forge as target name here, like so, and then I can just add a interact with it. So I can just grab the thing we made here, and when you open up the forge, you can add it like this, and then direction. And now I should be able to, what are we missing? The target. Is it the quest? Oh, yeah, I forgot to copy that. Like this. So what it will do now is check for an interaction. Like, do we have a current interaction sequence? And we want to go to the wanted interaction, so help wanted Shire. Find the blacksmith. Talk. Introduce yourself to the Northshire blacksmith. Like so. So, and then we already have the display name, find the blacksmith. The sequence name is going to be the find the blacksmith. We might have to change those so it doesn't look stupid. This is going to be the number 1 or number 0. It's going to be the first sequence. Like that. We have the objective tag, which is interaction. Find the blacksmith. Targets to interact. We're going to have the Northshire blacksmith, and we only have to interact with 1. So what we can do now is just simply duplicating this, and we can find a blacksmith, interact with the forge. So you will talk to the blacksmith, he'll give you a quest to interact with the forge. So he'll talk a little bit, just introducing you to how you can use it, basically. Interact with forge. It's time for you to craft a new ranger sword. Like that. Objectives are going to be interaction, as we talked about. Craft your sword, or rather, open the forge. So this is going to be a 0 effort quest for the player. Then the target name, as previously discussed, is going to be forge. We're going to interact with one of those, and I'm actually not going to display a marker unless you move away from the area. So setting it to a little bit shorter. So if you leave the blacksmith house or the hut, the marker is going to pop up. And I think that is fine. But since I did it this way now, I'm also gonna have to add the thing to the guy here. So I just gonna make sure we only craft a single. We only need to craft a single sequences. Interact with the forge. So there it is. Objectives. Sorry. Here we have a target to interact. So we only need to craft 1, and then let's add some rewards. How about like 20,000 experience points? Let's see if we crash the game. Dialogue component. So what I want to do now is since we're going to talk to the blacksmith, we need to fire the get quest event as soon as we interact with him. Get quest event, and then immediately. So let's save that one, and we need to change this Northshire. No, it's just the blacksmith. All right. So you finally found me, blacksmith. Immediately get quest event. That will push us from find the blacksmith over to interact with the forge. See that forge over there. Over there. And get to work. Like so. And so what's going to happen is we immediately update the first quest, but we're going to get a second quest to interact with the forge, and that one doesn't need to be updated until after the dialogue ends. Or actually, it might not even be needed at all. I just realized, okay, let's just try it like this then. So if it works now, we're gonna have a 3-step quest.
It must be my lucky
Waves,
day.
put
That's
down
a
the
treasure
hammer.
chest.
Yes.
Hello. Talk to him. Finally found me. It's time for you to craft your ranger sword. See that forge over there, go over there and get to work. And now it should update. And it didn't. Awesome. And that's because I never triggered the event.
Look, a treasure chest.
Welcome. What can I get for you?
That's annoying. Is it because I'm doing something incorrectly, maybe? It's probably what's going on. Show your blacksmith, manage quest target, quest list, objectives, forge, objective interaction, find the blacksmith, targets to interact. This one looks good, so it's probably something with the way I'm doing this then. I just realized I might have to remove the save. That might be the thing, bugging it out. But I'm gonna try one more time just in case.
It must be my lucky day. That's a treasure
Come on
chest.
in. We got some great items on sale.
Alright, there's definitely something going on here. There's interaction. Start a little bit closer. That. What could it be? Oh, right. Almost forgot. Hmm.
Welcome. What can I get for you?
Why isn't this? I think we broke something, people. So we don't have any choices here. Nope. We lead it to this last line. It's gonna trigger event. Wait for event to finish is not something we. I might have accidentally checked something that shouldn't be there.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we just need to figure out this, and I'm gonna try to delete this save file. It might be something with the quest, like the quest giver name or something.
What do you need?
Alright, now it works. It was just a save thing. So it's time for you to craft new blah blah blah. and now we progress through that one. And at this point we could have like something to introduce how you do it, but I tried to sort of make the crafting design super straightforward. So you have the required materials and then the previous weapon, and you just upgrade your way through the tiers. So I don't have enough materials, so I need to get some materials, and then Ranger Swordcraft time. Bam! 20,000 experience. What up? Now I'm a monster. A monster with a Ranger Sword. So I no longer have to use my perfectly usable stick. It's working. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this at some point. This bothered me to no end. God damn it. Let's have a look at the mayor as well. Has added a NPC. Oh, indeed. Let's see what we have here.
A treasure chest.
Yeah, I might be a little bit overpowered right now. It's
Must be
awesome.
my lucky day. That's a treasure.
The best thing is that I don't have to die every time I try to playtest this. Let's visit the mayor. Just see if it still works. My daughter's sick, so I spent some time while she was sleeping today. Just studying some animations and stuff too. Or I don't know if you can call it a mayor, but maybe a village elder. Something. A responsible person. I'm also going to add something to remove Valyrian after you're done with the quests here. So, sits down, stands up when you get close. I'm glad to have some rangers in Northshire again. It's been a long time since we had so many of you around here. Travel is perilous nowadays. I have received some troublesome reports from a passing through Ranger maybe a fortnight ago. You want to hear the report? Sure. Apparently there are foul things going on beyond the gates of might. The enemy is vigilant. growing strength. They've started corrupting the surrounding areas again. It's rumored that those blasted corruption barriers have been conjured as far as the dark pine forest. I'm going to add another line to it. And now he sits back down. Head tracking is working nicely. Let's check the vendors. I broke their inventory yesterday.
It's the best price I can do. I am hardly making a profit myself.
Look at this. Oh, I see. Still broken. Right. Just gonna fix that. All right, I remember exactly what this is. So when I fixed it today, I don't even have to add this to the bug. I know how to solve it immediately. Let's see all the 3 vendors. Wait, hold on. It's not supposed to be. No. Village Elder. Right, so I'm gonna fix this. I forgot to add the check for gold, check for soul dust. So they didn't give a hoot. I wanted to take all their stuff. Let's fix that real quick. Should be just a simple check owner gold. Done. Check owner gold. Let's see. Done. Go to inventory. Check owner gold. Then we do the compile and save, compile and save, compile and save. All right, so now it should require me to have some money if I want to buy something. And for the village elder, I'm just gonna add, it felt a little bit empty, the way the dialogue ended, so I'm just gonna add one more line. Just sort of being happy for the help. So the last thing he says is that the so far unknown enemy to the player have started corrupting the surrounding areas again, and that it's rumored that those blasted corruption barriers has been conjured as far as the dark pine forest. So in the lore, there are like the evil forces use a corruption barrier to sort of spread the corruption and increase their strength and numbers across the world. And you need to sort of defeat the 3 vassals of evil to remove them completely. But they've been laying low for a while because there was an all-out battle before the game started. Let's see here. So it goes to the 4. No, this is supposed to go to the 7th. Then let's create a 7. Then that's the last one. You have the you are passing through the dark pine forest, and we might want to do like an emphasis thing here, like I think it's supposed to be like this. I'm just gonna check the spelling real quick. Emphasis, like that. Emphasis dark pine forest. If you're passing through, make Make sure you bring a few friends. There are endless highwaymen. Nowadays. That's the last dialogue. So I'm gonna validate the solution for the vendors, and then I'm gonna talk to him one more time and just check so that everything is all right. Hello, I want
Just
some
take a look
soul
at the
dust.
quality. It's the best money can buy.
Perfect, so it's
Safe
working.
journey.
Let's say
Look with
sell
your
my stuff
eyes,
over
not with
here.
your hands. Keep them where I can see them.
750, perfect.
I hope it's useful.
Actually, I kind
I
of want one of those
guarantee you won't
smoothies.
get a better price anywhere around.
Let's grab one of those smoothies. Now I can run forever. Hello, you old fart. Thank you. Telling you stuff, telling you stuff. Yes, let me hear it. Alright, things are going on. Corruption barriers have been conjured as far as the Dark Pine Forest. If you're passing through the Dark Pine Forest, make sure you bring a few friends. There are endless highwaymen roaming nowadays. Alright, that's pretty good. Kinda happy with that actually. Perfect, let's save this. Now when you have the so we have the quest here. What do we want to do? I'm going to write the dialogue for tomorrow. First of all, let's save. I'm gonna push the progression for today, I think. And then just think it through a little bit. I think that decisions. So I think I'm gonna have to write some the dialogue. You're going to go here, talk to him, get to the forge, craft your weapon, and then we could send you all the way over here. Or you could go back to Valyrian again, which could actually be a good idea. We just keep him there the whole game session. Or until you get past this sort of zone, this area. I guess you could stay here, and then you get a quest to go back to Valyrian. And in the last dialogue, in the last piece of dialogue with him, we can change it to a different data table. So then we could trigger a change. So he changes from the Lorne tutorial cave data table, which has all the tutorial combat stuff for him. We can move it over to like the Dark Pine Forest Questchain or something like that. And then he has a different set of dialogue with a bunch of options and stuff. And from there, he could send us all the way back to the guard or the bridge over here. Or you could get a hint from, you could go back to the blacksmith actually. You could go back to the blacksmith and he could tell you that now that you have a sword, you can go here because there's recently been a bunch of raids going on. And there's a guard stationed near the bridge now, just to make sure they keep the whole place safe. Because Northshire is really a protected part, and it used to be like this for as long as that I could reach, essentially. But the place is being corrupted and a little bit more dangerous than before. So this is where the real challenge starts to begin. Difficult starts to ramp up. I think I actually might do that. So the blacksmith will give you some gossip and send you to an NPC here. And that NPC could also be a vendor, I guess. So you can talk to her and she will sort of tell you what's going on. You can help her to unlock the food storage or something. So maybe find her things along the river could be a thing. So she has a bunch of things that she lost. We were gonna help her find it again. We do it, yeah, definitely. We do it by looking around the river just on the border of the dark pine forest. And then after that, she'll send you to the guard. The guard will tell you that there are real dangerous shit going on in here. The corruption barriers have sprouted up. We need to remove the barriers, and then we need to kill some highwaymen as well after that in the hidden bandit camp. And then you have the time challenge, and then we just make an invisible wall here, and then the content for the demo is actually completed. At that point, it's just a bunch of polish that is needed. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of things going on here. And then it's just two things that needs to be done, like for another 1.5, 2 years, and it's just the world creation and the quest making. So there is a thing way over these cliffs, where that's the tutorial temple. And then we have the Northshire area here. We go through it. Then the dark pine forest is soon completed. Like the environment is done and stuff, but we need to add some quests in here. Then there is the second part of the dark pine forest. More bandit camps with unlockable chests. The main camp might be a mini boss here. Then we have the frozen outskirts. Pretty dead area with one of the first world clues. This one will lead you to some huge treasures at some point. And we have the timed ancient or the timed world shrines. You need to beat this thing within a certain time limit. Then we have the gates of might. This is where the real evil stuff starts to begin. Lost the tomb of Olav, the last dwarven king. Then we have the blighted bastion. The temple of Ikvos. At that point we probably This is gonna be a part of the demo, but I might add it for some sort of community testing or something like that. Especially when we have like fishing and when we have fishing and swimming and stuff like that, we might have to test some more in-world stuff. All right, let's see here. When you go in here, the whole thing is gonna get really dark because I wanted to work with some lights on, so it turns the lights off when you actually play the game. So yeah, so this is the Great Dwarven Kingdom, which is a pretty huge dwarven city, actually made by hand. Pretty cool. And there's a bunch of puzzles that you need to go through. All the VFX and stuff activates once we start to play it. So you have to run here, you go around here, you have the whole climbing thing going on. The broken bridge. Here. And there's the laser puzzle. This area. These guys, I'm thinking. There might be something wrong with them. Maybe. Should probably make it alright. Could make them not target such a wide area for the roaming, I guess. Nah, this is fine. This is actually kind of a power test or skill test, because these guys at this point might be kind of strong for a player. And they are going to roam, so they're gonna start running on their own. Go through here towards the bridge of Baldur, which is a bridge made by a single dwarven smith. You have the throne room, which is actually turned into an elevator, going down, going down, going down into the citadel. And from this point, you can go for the extra rewards, going left and right toward the dragon egg or this place, or head straight for the boss. You need to get past this swinging whirlwind of death. So when you start playing, it's gonna start spinning really fast and you have to freeze it to get through it. Then you go through. The boss guy says boss things. And then you have the multi-phase boss fight here, where you have the magic mask that starts shooting at you. You can play him on both easy and hard mode if you like. And once you kill him, you're gonna be teleported back out again. So my point being, that's a temple that took me about 4 months to create. mostly because I was really learning as I did it, and I had to redo a bunch of things. But the entirety of the temple is like half of the current map already, so that would make it maybe a little bit less than a third of the whole map has been made, sort of. So the two other temples are going to be quite small, and the rest of the content is just going to be part of the world building. So it's going to be almost 2 years with just expanding the world now. It's going to be pretty cool. It's a massive world though, so might have to call it quits at some point and just start wrapping up the story and the things. But there are a few things that I'm really going to add that I think will help a lot, like mount system and fast travel and stuff like that. I've also been toying with the idea that running on roads gives you a slight speed boost, like 5-10% faster. Something like that could be really cool. Yeah, I guess it's time to push. See here. First of all, we need to get rid of all the additions of the blacksmith assets. Bam, 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 bam. Oh dear Lord. So much. Imported blacksmith assets. Gonna push all those guys as one. It's been 2 hours. We got a lot of things done though, so that's pretty good. Now I want to add all the montages that I made. So did a bunch of new ones. Made and implemented new animation assets. Which was the thing I did when my daughter was sleeping earlier today. Perfect, and then let's do another. Created a few animation and voice line events to give life to Calvas. Created a new quest type and dispatch call for so much. So let's see. Created a village elder with some dialogue options. Background lore. So I'm just sort of saving everything in the separate features or bug fixes that I implemented today. So that if we find something not working anymore for whatever reason, it's pretty easy to roll back that specific thing only and not the entire thing. See here. What the heck did I do to those guys? I made some changes. Alright. Added an inventory component to vendors to inherit from parent absolute. Hmm. And then we did blend space for the blacksmith. Doesn't need to be updated. I already pushed it, but I missed this one. Dialogue progress. Yeah, I did something. Added polish to dialogue progress to not double trigger in some scenarios. What did I do to the sword? Let's blend space. Let's see, we have the data table. Created a blacksmith dialogue 3. That's what it's probably called. Mm-hmm. Created the third Questchain. So created a new, what are those things called? They're called a sound concurrency. The fake bring light to material. Almost there, almost there. Station. Hmm. Kickstarter. Let's see here. Made SX play with some fixes. Need to make sure I actually push things like this more often. This is a freaking pain to do everything in a single batch. It takes like 20 minutes. Oh shoot, I forgot this one. Alright. Added fake lights to village elder material. Wait, there Are you guys still in the stream? I'm so sorry for this. I could have done this and just closed down the stream. You don't have to stick around. It's not gonna get better, I'm afraid. So what kind of changes did I... Oh, yeah, I think I out swapped out the question P1. Long question. Oh yeah, that's the one. So let's see here. Let's close these guys down. Everything. Nothing needs to be open. Uh, Swapped out the animations. So what I did was for the talking animations, they adjusted it so it's like the farmer that was talking was holding objects like a pitchfork or a shovel in his hand. So we're fitting two-handed idle talk and in on dialogue like that. Perfect. Manager mission. So we did a few changes there. Let's change starting quest. Change starting quest to current. Change starting quest to current or EC bug. added. So what did I do here? I added a few NPCs to Northshire. Northshire. Road zombie enemies. Behind laser puzzle. I think that's it. Alright. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me during these commits. I'll probably try to stream a little bit more frequently, because just doing these design things is a lot of fun and easy to stream as well, so I'm probably going to do that a bit more in the future. Anyway, I'm going to bed, so thank you everyone. Bye.